2 straight and one family remains on top. Tonight on Our News.
2 straight. We're back in the winner's circle. One family warriors coming up on Our News tonight. Watch it, y'all.
And as the new year begins, the opposition leader urging Bahamians not to lose hope, even as he says cost of living pressures continue. Plus, a disturbing allegation out of Eleuthera as a man charged with rape and causing harm. The case now moves towards the Supreme Court. Then in Our News at 7:30, a new year and a clean slate. Residents sharing their hopes and goals as they step into 2026. Find out what Bahamians say they're hoping for and working toward. Straight ahead. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News, live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kindino Knowles. Back-to-back bragging rights for one family tonight as the Junkanoo group is celebrating a second straight major win, taking the top spot in the A category at the 2026 New Year's Day Parade. The win coming just days after their Boxing Day victory. The celebration spilled over at the group's shack last night, where our Danielle Miller caught up with the chairman.
We have returned to one family's shack, and this camel is just one of the pieces that led them to the victory during the 2025 Boxing Day Parade. Now, for the 2026 New Year's Day Parade, one bishop led them to 2 consecutive wins.
The bishop, the acolytes, and a lot of the members, they really showed their heart, the music. The song selection, and I thought we did a marvelous job. The people were singing from the start of the parade to the finish of the parade.
That's one family chairman, Vernon Roll, telling me what he thought were the standout elements of their winning performance for the 2026 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade. At daybreak on Thursday, the group rushed down Bay Street under the theme, "No matter what, we gurn to church." So what's your reason? The group executed religious scenes complete with heavenly angels, clergymen, and scenes from churches. On Thursday evening, as the large Junkanoo pieces from the parade were ushered into their shack, members of the group gathered for a victory feast and fellowship. Roll praised his members for their stellar work on both parades and said he never once doubted their ability to win.
When you were here the last time, I spoke with confidence, and we spoke about the revival in our country needing prayers, and we showed you that one family brought it out there on this New Year's Day morning.
And although victory is sweet, Roll says it's not just about celebrations. They plan to immediately begin preparations for the upcoming Junkanoo season.
Next season, I'm thinking it's going to be even better. Now that we have our home, we ready now. We're going to start tomorrow.
Family that prays together stays together.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Danielle, and congratulations again to One Family Junkanoo Group. Well, a man is facing charges after a 27-year-old woman was allegedly raped and beaten in Eleuthera. Derek Ingram appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley, charged with rape and causing harm. The charges stem from an incident that allegedly took place in Lower Bogue, Eleuthera on December 28th. The 52-year-old was not asked to plead to the charges and is expected to stand trial in the Supreme Court. In fact, that matter is expected to be fast-tracked to the higher court on April 30th. And a 22-year-old man who stole $3,000 from a woman's bank account through online fraud has been sentenced to 12 months probation plus 300 hours of community service. Takara Allen is also required to repay the money that was stolen on June 12th. Nova Monroe requested police action after multiple transfers totaling the $3,000 were made from her account to Allen's. Allen later withdrew the money at an ATM, according to prosecutors. He pleaded guilty to stealing and money laundering when he appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. He's expected to repay the money in installments with an initial payment of $1,000 and subsequent installments of $500. Allen risks spending 12 months behind bars if he violates his probation or misses a payment. Well, the central bank keeping its top office in familiar hands, announcing the reappointment of John Roll as governor for another 2 years effective January 1st. Roll, who has led the central bank since 2016, was last reappointed in 2021 for a 5-year term and has been a central figure in monetary policy through periods of economic shock and recovery. His career spans more than 3 decades, joining the bank in 1990, serving with the International Monetary Fund from 2009 to 2012, and later as financial secretary before returning to the central bank as governor. And with many Bahamians still feeling the strain of higher prices and tighter opportunities, Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard urging the country to not lose hope as the new year begins. Pintard says the cost of living pressures families are facing are real and that the way forward will require unity, not division. Speaking with reporters, he called on leaders to focus on removing obstacles to progress, arguing that national growth depends on Bahamians working together with a clear purpose and a shared commitment to opportunity.
We want people to keep the faith. It is possible when Bahamians work together for us to assist each other to make sure that we address affordability issues in terms of people being able to afford places to stay, food to eat, to create opportunities for their children. We have to pull together as a people. Our job as politicians should merely be facilitators. How do we remove obstacles from in the front of business people and Bahamians in general, and how do we help create opportunities for the majority of Bahamians?
And Pintard also used the moment to highlight concerns surrounding Grand Bahama, pointing to the need for what he says is decisive action on economic development and critical infrastructure.
We cannot afford for people to go into the new year despondent and having a sense of hopelessness. We believe that better days are ahead. For the Grand Lucayan, we believe that this government needs to work with other stakeholders to sell that hotel to benefit Grand Bahamians, and they need to bring a world-class airport there. We are encouraging everyone, keep the faith in this season. Better days are ahead.
All right, for the 3rd year straight, a faith-based leadership conference aimed at personal and professional growth is returning to the Bahamas. Chamber of Commerce member and CEO of Astute Talent Management, Ahmad Rashad Thompson, says his Shift conference will target people who feel stuck and are ready for change. Set to be held at Bahamas in January, Thompson told Our News the conference is a call to break the cycle of mediocrity and step into purpose.
So many people have accepted circumstance for reality, and this is a wake-up call. This conference is an assignment to me, a labor of love from me, but an opportunity for you, the attendee, the shifter, to really tap into all that God has called you to be and do in the earth.
And the conference will feature a lineup of high-profile speakers, including Bishop Neil C. Ellis on your screen there, best-selling author Dr. Cindy Trim, and Grammy-nominated gospel artist Kier Sheard Kelly, along with other faith and leadership voices. Thompson says the goal, not just inspiration, but transformation by placing people in environments that model growth and not just talk about it.
People believe what they see, not what you said. And if you are in an environment where you can see evidence of inspiration, see evidence of forward movement, see evidence of success, you believe it's possible more.
All right, we are 2 days into the new year, and we have got some New Year's resolutions coming from some Bahamians that we got to speak to on the streets in the last 24 hours. We'll hear from them in just a bit, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kendin, and a happy Friday evening, everybody. The second day of the year and second day of January. Of course, we are enjoying some very nice conditions on the outside. 70 degrees our current temperature under mostly clear skies. The winds out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 68. Temperatures right now around the family of islands. It's 65 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, 69 over in Marsh Harbour, Abaco. We pick up 67, Alistown, Bimini, over in Nickel Sound, Andros, 68. 70s in Great Harbour, Keithbury Islands, Governor's Harbour, Ilusra, here in the capital as well. 69 in Kemps Bay, South Andros, Black Point, Exuma, 72, 69 in Georgetown, also in Exuma's here. Arthurstown, Kid Island, and Coopertown, San Salvador, 67, 70 in Port Nelson, Deadman's Key, 71, Central Southeast Bahamas, 74 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, 72, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, 73. Then we pick up 75 in Abrams Bay, and a pair of 76s, Matthewtown, Inagua, and Providenciales, Turks, and Caicos Island. Satellite and radar composite, well, that frontal boundary that was affecting the Bahamas is well to the southeast of us. Nice high pressure is in charge, and that high pressure is actually almost centered across our area, so we're looking for some light and variable winds, some high level clouds moving to the north, but nothing is going to change our weather for the next couple of days before we do see a front by Sunday evening. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports on the least productive workday of the year that should have been a holiday. Bahamas baseball is headed in the right direction. We'll tell you all about it in the latest WBSC rankings.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control the
protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it. And
as I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Bahamas baseball is back on the international scene, not just the great individual achievements, but as a national program. The Bahamas has reached a historic milestone on the international baseball stage, climbing as high as number 40 in the latest World Baseball Softball Confederation's men's baseball rankings. It's the highest position the country has ever achieved. The rise comes after the national program scored 128 points in 2025, moving up 3 spots in the global standings. This latest jump builds on a breakthrough year in 2024 when the Bahamas was the fastest growing program in the world. During that time period, they surged 12 spots from 59 to 47. The WBSC rankings are determined by performance in sanctioned international tournaments across senior and age group levels. So everyone asks about the World Baseball Classic, right? Simply put, to get there, we need to participate in and improve our standings in more events at all age levels. Then we can take advantage of this influx of talent. Franco Miller Jr. is pretty much getting the hang of this thing in the NBA G League. Miller turned in his strongest performance since he joined the Santa Cruz Warriors in their 111-102 win over the Austin Spurs. He finished with 9 points, 4 assists, and a team-high 4 steals. Selected by Santa Cruz with the 58th pick in the G League draft, Miller spent his rookie season of pro ball in Spain for Phoebe Palma and the Primera FEB League, where he averaged 10 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists per game. Then get your year started the right way with top plays. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as a night of celebration turned tragic. 40 people killed and more than 100 hurt in a deadly fire at a Swiss ski resort. And a new chapter for America's largest city as Democrat Saran Mandani sworn in as New York mayor. promising relief for working families feeling the cost of living crunch. When Our News returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with the Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it.
As I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for Our News Year in Review 2025.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Swiss authorities are confirming a deadly fire at a bar in the ski resort of Crans, Montana. 40 people were killed and more than 100 others injured. Officials say they are still investigating but currently believe the fire may have been sparked by handheld sparklers attached to champagne bottles that came too close to the ceiling. Police say identifying the victims is now the top priority. The head of Swiss Judicial Police says, quote, "We need to give the correct remains back to the families." Local officials add that every minute without answers is unbearable for loved ones. Doctors confirm some of the injured are as young as 15 being treated for severe burns. Prosecutors say for now, no criminal liability has been identified, but that investigators will examine whether those sparklers should ever be used in enclosed spaces. New York City is entering a new chapter as Democrat Zohran Mamdani takes office as mayor, promising big changes for working families. At a public swearing-in outside City Hall, the 34-year-old called the moment humbling and said New Yorkers deserve a city they can actually afford to live in. Mamdani ran on the pressure people feel every day, including high rents, childcare costs, and getting around the city. His election has drawn national attention, with supporters seeing hope for change and critics warning he could disrupt the status quo. Mamdani was sworn in using the Quran, becoming the first New York City mayor to do so, a moment he called deeply meaningful.
I stand before you, moved by the privilege of taking this sacred oath, humbled by the faith that you have placed in me, and honored to serve as either your 111th or 112th mayor of New York City. But I do not stand alone. I stand alongside you, the tens of thousands of you gathered here in Lower Manhattan, warmed against the January chill by the resurgent flame of hope.
And a strong earthquake rocked southern Mexico today, sending shockwaves through the capital and briefly halting the president's morning briefing. The 6.5 magnitude quake centered in Guerrero State struck as President Claudia Sheinbaum was speaking to reporters, forcing an immediate evacuation when seismic alarms sounded. Buildings swayed across Mexico City, lamps and blinds shook, and hospitals moved patients outside as a precaution. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake was shallow and felt across neighboring states. Officials report no serious damage or injuries, but the tremor reignited fear in a country all too familiar with devastating earthquakes and the memories they leave behind. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was January 2nd. Then in our news at 7:30.
New year, new opportunities. What are your New Year's goals? Coming up tonight in our news, we find out from residents about their plans for 2026.
But first, a judge rules police got it wrong as two brothers awarded $30,000 after being unlawfully arrested during a murder investigation. We'll tell you why the judge says the two men should never have been detained when our news returns.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together. Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis Center and the Domestic Violence Task Force are here. I am Sergeant 3992 Tamika Neely. Let's break the silence on domestic violence. Let's create safer communities.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves
On this day in Bahamian history in 1792, then Governor John Murray, the 4th Earl of Dunmore, issued a proclamation offering amnesty to all runaway slaves in the colony. The condition for this amnesty, though, was their surrender before February 15, 1792. Then in 1938, Arlington Griffith Butler, prominent Bahamian figure, is born in Nassau. He served as Speaker of the House from 1972 to 1977. Butler passed away in November 2017 at the age of 79 and left behind a legacy celebrated with a state funeral on November 24, 2017. In 1992, Clifford Darling took the oath as Governor General, succeeding Henry Milton Taylor, who had resigned the day before. And in 2009, tragedy struck as 16-year-old Jet Travolta, son of actors John Travolta and Kelly Preston, passed away in Freeport, Grand Bahama. While vacationing, he suffered a seizure, leading to his untimely death. To learn more about the events that shaped the date that was January 2nd, head over to ournews.bs. All right, she called it from the start, and when the scores were tallied, she backed it up. The 2025 Rose Sisters Christmas Tree Competition crown has a new queen. Sasha Lightbourne has our final story this half hour.
In second place was Kimberly.
And with that announcement, the Rose Sisters family knew the winner of the 2025 Christmas Tree Competition was Natasha McPhee. And that meant the floating plaque was headed to Grand Bahama. And here's how the results panned out. In fourth place was Denise Hinsey with a Safari Christmas with 1,828 points. In third place was Leah Roll with a Pan-African Christmas with 1,965 points. Kimberly Roll had Great Queens of Africa and took second with 2,008 points. And McPhee captured the crown with 2,024 points with a Lux African Christmas.
It feels absolutely phenomenal, to be the underdog and to rise out top victorious. It gives you a sense of pride, joy, validation, and so it's a great feeling.
The first time winner says she knew she had the competition in the bag from the start, and here's why.
I knew what I wanted to do. I was focused, and I was very precise with my execution. When you're building something and you know what you're doing, hey, there's no need to doubt.
I also asked McPhee whether she's already thinking about repeating in 2026.
It's only been 4 days as the reigning queen, so I am here sitting on my throne and enjoying it. I'm not going to make any promises like somebody else did.
And her message to her sisters?
My message to Denise would be congratulations for being successful with her dynasty. For Leah, I would say to you that it was a good try. And oh, to that Kimberly, I say to her, that rumble that she was talking about in Grand Bahama, no baby, that was a tsunami that hit Nassau and through the lakes.
Reporting for our news, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
All right, thanks so much for following that story for us, Sasha. To watch it again and for all of today's top stories, visit ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us. The news at 7 up now. Atalia Hall, she has got the latest headlines. And Atalia, I see the crown from the Rose Sisters competition has gone to Grand Bahama. Does that signal that you all are the winningest island? Or as Megan would say, Grand Bahamian.
All right, thanks so much, and Happy New Year, Ken. I know I was here by myself yesterday, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Day 2.
But I did text you, though.
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
you did.
okay.
But,
All
we
right.
have to
I don't want
let
people
our
to think,
audience know.
I didn't say Happy New Year.
That you're rude, as Bahamians would say. You didn't want them to think that you're rude, but yeah, it's Happy New Year. All right, well, 2 days into 2026, and already Bahamians are sharing their New Year's resolutions, plus why a judge rules police got it wrong in a case against 2 brothers. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News at 7:30, celebration is in full swing for the Colors Junkanoo group after clinching major wins on both Boxing Day and New Year's Day. Our Daniel Miller has the story. Also, an American teenager is behind bars tonight after police say he allegedly raped a 16-year-old while on a cruise with his family. Also, while much of the world celebrates the holidays, recovery efforts continue in Jamaica following the destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa. We hear from disaster officials straight ahead, and later, with the Golden Isles by-election now behind us and a general election set for 2026, the Organization of Responsible Governance says this is a time for voters to educate themselves on the issues that matter the most. The story when Our News at 7:30 returns.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Tired of weak, over-the-counter bug sprays? Step up your pest control game with professional-grade products from the Struckham Shop. From powerful insecticides to trusted gel baits and termiticides, we supply the same products used by Struckham Commercial Pest Services, now available for DIY homeowners and small pest control pros. Whether you're protecting your home or building your business, get the edge with the Struckham Shop.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Love loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the same place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, in Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse. And it...
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Well, first tonight, Colors Junkanoo Group, another win to their already impressive lists after the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade. The group was named the unofficial winners of the B Division. Their New Year's Eve theme, a Bahamian Sunday, gave spectators visual depictions of a typical Sunday in the Bahamas. The group's leader, Chris Justilian, held a press conference at their shack this afternoon. He highlighted the group's ability to connect with the crowd using the expression of culture.
As usual, Colors try to portray Bahamian themes. Over the history of the group, we've done everything that will lend social commentary about the Bahamas. Although it's fine to celebrate other person's culture and countries or what have you, I think we have enough in the Bahamas to speak to so that Bahamians could be aware or more aware of the things that's going on in our community.
He added that his group was focused on having fun despite the controversies or challenges faced within the Junkanoo community over the last few years.
We didn't get involved in the politics of Junkanoo. We know that Junkanoo was coming, whether it was one person or the next. It's a tradition that is deeply rooted in Bahamian culture. So we just continue to come to the shack and prepare.
An American teen is behind bars after he allegedly raped a 16-year-old while on a cruise with his family. Prosecutors say the 17-year-old of Minnesota raped the teen on the Carnival Sunrise on December 29th. The teen's name has been withheld because he is a juvenile. According to police, the alleged victim, who's also American, was sexually assaulted after she went into the teen's cabin shortly after they met. The teen was not required to enter a plea to the rape charge when he stood before Senior Magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. Bail was denied and he's back in court on June 25th to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. 2 brothers have been awarded $30,000 in damages after a judge found that police unlawfully arrested and detained them during a murder investigation. Justice Leif Farquharson awarded Emerson Bethel and Gerald Bethel with $15,000 each plus legal costs after finding police lacked reasonable suspicion to detain and question them about the April 4th, 2021 murder of Anthony Roll. He was shot dead while playing dominoes with friends on Nassau Street. Before he died, Roll allegedly told police officers that the man who shot him hangs out with Fat Boy from Baintown. The brothers were arrested at their convenience shop in Augusta Street, which is in close proximity to the crime scene 10 days after the murder. They were detained for 23 hours. Arresting officer Inspector Mark Taylor testified that he arrested the brothers after getting information from a confidential informant. Both men denied that they were known by the alias Fat Boy. Police questioned 10 people during the investigation before charging John Elliott with the incident. Well, the Bank of the Bahamas is reassuring its customers amid concerns about increased fraud during the holiday season. This comes after a number of clients said that their accounts were hacked. The bank says while a small number of clients have been affected, there is no widespread hacking, despite claims circulating on social media. Officials are urging the public to avoid sharing unverified information that could cause unnecessary panic and to use official bank channels for accurate updates. The bank says it is actively monitoring accounts and working to resolve resolve fraud-related disputes as quickly as possible. Customers are encouraged to follow reporting steps, sign up for free Visa purchase alerts, and use new card control features to prevent unauthorized activity. Investigations may take 45 to 90 days, but the bank says support is available throughout the process. Well, as the nation steps into a new year and closer into the election season, the head of the Bahamas Christian Council is urging Bahamians to rise above political division and recommit to faith, unity, and compassion. Council President Bishop Delton Fernando delivered a New Year's message calling for a renewed national focus on Christ and greater respect in public discourse. He's reminding the country that political differences should never outweigh the shared responsibility Bahamians have to one another and to the nation they call home.
And we have seen in the ending of last year how vicious and how personal the attacks and the things we say can have such ramifications, that we're just asking everybody to be cognizant that although we might have different political parties and different interests in a political focus, we all live in the same country. And prayerfully we'll come to understanding that we also want to focus on the Christ that gives direction and who lifts up and pull down leaders. And so for me, personal commitment to Christ, national commitment to Christ, and let's work more on being our brother's keeper, looking out for the less fortunate, caring for those in our society that are marginalized, and making this country another blessed Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Christian Council President says that commitment to Christ should guide both personal conduct and national decision-making, especially in how leaders are chosen and how citizens care for one another. Bishop Fernando also confirmed that this election year marks his final term as president of the Bahamas Christian Council after 9 years in the role.
It was an election year for the Bahamas Christian Council. There's some things that happens from the council perspective before election. We will have serious and personal and very private conversations with every political party and those vying for political. We will push some very strong Christian agenda points that we have concerns about the direction of the country. And then in April, if the election is before or after, there will be a new president to the Bahamas Christian Council, and I'll be demitting and just serving as the president of the National Baptist Convention, leading Baptists in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So it's been my privilege to serve for 9 years as president of the Christian Council. I am really honored that the organization.
Well, while the world celebrates the holidays, our Caribbean counterparts in Jamaica are still in recovery mode after the devastating impact of Hurricane Melissa back in October. At the forefront is Jamaica's Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. During his recent trip to the island, a top official told our Joshua Williams they're still dealing with the aftermath. The powerful Category 5 storm brought record-breaking winds and rain to the island nation, leveling buildings, snapping power lines, and killing 45 people. The devastation leaving many without access to clean water and health care for weeks. And while we've seen the images across social media, Director of ODPEM, Commander Alvin Gale, says pictures and videos that went viral on social media don't fully capture the havoc Melissa unleashed.
So Melissa has been our first Category 5 hurricane to make landfall in Jamaica. Significantly, the 6 western parishes in Jamaica have been significantly hit. We're talking about just over 190,000 buildings would have taken some impact, and just about 23,000 of those buildings are now flat. We did lose significant amounts of water, power, and mobile service within those areas.
Gale says despite the devastation, Jamaica will remain resilient.
The Jamaican spirit is one that is never fainting, so that is a good start for us. But we do try to keep the Jamaican spirit going. The constant help on the ground is significant for us. The Jamaica Defence Force has been in every single community. We try to get there to reassure the people. There are a number of NGOs on the ground, over 90 plus NGOs on the ground, trying to bring back that Jamaican spirit. We also intend to push as best as we can into every single area. We have the constant press conferences, keeping the Jamaican public aware of the progress we're making, how we intend to.
All right, well, nice cool weather to kick off the first weekend in the new year. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome everybody for your first look at weather on this Friday evening, 2nd day of January in 2026, and Happy New Year if you didn't hear it already. 70 degrees outside our studios right now under mostly clear skies. Northwest winds 5 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 68. Satellite radar composite, high pressure is in charge, dry air mass in place, and that high is actually almost centered across our area So we're having some light winds and some very clear skies at night. So we're looking for some cooler temperatures once again tonight, as we did get down into the upper 60s, low 60s actually, and the upper 50s across portions of the Bahamas. That's your quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news, with the Golden Isles by-election now behind us and a general election set for 2026, the Organization of Responsible Governance says this is the time for voters to educate themselves on the issues that matters most. And later, as the new year begins, Bahamians across the capital are reflecting, renewing their faith and setting goals. Our Delvardo Emmanuel spoke with residents about what they're hoping for in 2026. That's all coming up when our news returns.
Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis Center and the Domestic Violence Task Force are here. I am Sergeant 3992 Tamika Neely. Let's break the silence on domestic violence. Let's create safer communities.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601.
And back on the topic of the election, this as the Golden by-elections just a few weeks ago wrapped up and a general election is slated for 2026. The Organization of Responsible Governance says now is the time for voters to educate themselves on the issues. They recently launched the Pathway to the Polls initiative, which they say will provide essential information about the voting process as well as give voters access to clear and factual information about their choices at the ballot box. Org Executive Director Matthew Aubrey explains what the program is about and why they decided to launch it.
One of the biggest priorities right now for Org is educating folks about voting. We've launched a campaign called Pathway to the Polls. And what this simply is an opportunity for Bahamians to reconnect with why voting is so critical, how they can get involved, how they can register to be elected, and how they can use that vote critically to make a difference in their own communities. The last election, the last general election, fell at this really challenging perfect storm. It was coming out of COVID times, so there was health concerns. It was a snap election, which nobody had ever dealt with. It was coming out of an economic time that was very challenging. We had just adopted a permanent registry, so there was a bit of a new system. And what we heard is there were a lot of voices, particularly youth voices, that felt disenfranchised.
Aubrey adds that another concern is low voter turnout. The last general election in 2021 saw just over 126,000 people vote. That was only 65% of registered voters, indicating a decrease of more than 20% compared to the 2017 election. Bahamians are typically eager to cast their ballots, with turnout averages over the past several decades hovering in the 90% range. But how is Org hoping to get voters interested? Aubrey says they've crafted a toolkit that contains key information information for voters that's available on org's website. They're also building partnerships with local organizations.
Well, that was just that one circumstance, but research tells you that when you don't vote in one election, you're much less likely to vote in the next election, and when you don't vote in that one, you're much less likely to vote in a further one. All of that is on a backdrop where we also see a reduction in public's trust in governance and institutions. That's happened across the world. In the Latin American Caribbean region, it's the highest in the world. And here in the Bahamas, that's a trend that we're also seeing. So we have to be very intentional in making sure that folks don't become further disenfranchised or feel more skeptical about the scenario. So we're really looking to build partnerships and push intentionally folks understanding about how the voting system works and their role and how they can use that.
Coming up in sports, on the least productive workday of the year that should have been a holiday, Bahamas baseball achieves its highest world ranking ever. Franco Miller finds his footing in the G League, and new year, new us, but same top plays.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered and unspoken until now. Join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. as we confront the topics that matter, share real experiences, and change the conversation around mental health together. Watch, listen, break the silence.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Bahamas baseball is back on the international scene, not just the great individual achievements, but as a national program. The Bahamas has reached a historic milestone on the international baseball stage, climbing as high as number 40 in the latest World Baseball Softball Confederation's men's baseball rankings. It's the highest position the country has ever achieved. The rise comes after the national program scored 128 points in 2025, moving up 3 spots in the global standings. This latest jump builds on a breakthrough year in 2024 when the Bahamas was the fastest growing program in the world. During that time period, they surged 12 spots from 59 to 47. The WBSC rankings are determined by performance in sanctioned international tournaments across senior and age group levels. So everyone asks about the World Baseball Classic, right? Simply put, to get there, we need to participate in and improve our standings in more events at all age levels. Then we can take advantage of this influx of talent. Since the construction of the Andre Rogers National Stadium, the Bahamas has had some banner moments internationally. They hosted the Senior Caribbean Cup 3 times and recently claimed the silver medal in that event. At the U23 Pan Am qualifier, the national team battled elite regional competition but finished just outside the qualifying spot. The U15 team finished with a silver medal at their version of the Caribbean Baseball Cup, and at their Pan Am qualifiers, they defeated several higher-ranked teams en route to a 4th-place finish. Franco Miller Jr. is pretty much getting the hang of this thing in the NBA G League. Miller turned in his strongest performance since he joined the Santa Cruz Warriors in their 111-102 win over the Austin Spurs. He finished with 9 points, 4 assists, and a team-high 4 steals. Selected by Santa Cruz with the 58th pick in the G League draft, Miller spent his rookie season of pro ball in Spain for Phoebe Palma and the Premier FEB League, where he averaged 10 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists per game. We say goodbye to 2025 one last time with the 10YS Plays of the Week. All hoops this week. Let's get started in the NBA with number 5 and that walking highlight reel from Bimini. What's better than 1 block? Well, 2, and then a stare down. At 4, over to the NCAA, Donnie Freeman is back on the floor with Syracuse and back to being a bully, but the good kind. At 3, let's stay right here in college hoops. Dayton Albury and Thomas Lav running the pick and roll to perfection, just the way they drew it up in the huddle. At 2, head back to the G. Franco Miller Jr. on point guard duties. Threads the needle here with the lefty dime. No surprise at number 1 this week. The most impressive thing about VJ's rookie season so far, he's never afraid of the moment. Another game winner. John Morant should probably, play with someone safe. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. We all got a busy weekend ahead, so head to High School Baseball Nationals and then head to NBA.com to vote our guys into the All-Star game. You can actually do that one now. Don't wait, just pick up the phone. Go right ahead. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, as the new year begins, Bahamians across the capital are reflecting, renewing their faith, and setting goals. Our Delvado Emmanuel spoke with residents about what they're hoping for in 2026, and Greg is back with their extended weather when our news returns. Stay with us.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, from the teams you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to patrol the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it. And
as I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for Our News Year in Review 2025.
This is Our News. Welcome back. High pressure in charge of our area, generating some nice conditions. High pressure will slide towards the east and away from us, but once it's across our area through tonight and into tomorrow, we're looking for some light winds and, of course, nice cool conditions expected by tomorrow morning. Frontal boundary that affected us a couple of days ago, well to the southeast, and once again, as I mentioned, that high will slide towards the east. Low pressure system across the southeast United States will slide towards the east as well. That will drag a front across us by Sunday evening. A few showers expected with that front, but nice conditions expected once that front goes through. Future forecast showing nothing happening across our area through tonight and into tomorrow. Just a few scattered showers just to the southeast of us. Some high-level moisture moving across by Saturday afternoon. Small disturbance near the southeast Bahamas could generate a few showers down there as well. But here comes the front Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. We expect a couple isolated showers once that front gets into the northwest Bahamas during that time frame. Boating forecast tonight to tomorrow. Variable winds at 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will be at 12:50 in the morning. Your high tide at 7:19 tomorrow morning as well. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, nice conditions tomorrow. Temperatures will be mid-70s. Front comes through on Sunday, couple isolated showers with that, but once that front goes through, temperatures will be near normal, 80-degree mark. during the daytime, near the 70-degree mark during night. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, as the new year begins, Bahamians across the capital are pressing the reset button, renewing their faith and charting a course for better health, stronger families, and brighter opportunities in the year ahead. We heard from Grand Bahamians yesterday, but our Delvado Emmanuel spoke with residents today to get their goals for 2026.
Well, do you believe in setting New Year's goals?
Yes, I do believe in setting New Year's goals, because if you don't set it, you don't end up being broke, being poor, and wretched.
A popular saying, New Year, New Me. That said, we took to the streets of the capital to hear from residents about their goals for the new year.
My goals are, I would like to help to feed the needy. I need a place to stay, a vehicle to drive, and I would like to evangelize the gospel.
My goal is to do a little more better in life, try to achieve some more of the stuff we didn't get to do in last year.
From faith and health to finances and family, New Year's resolutions mean different things to different people.
But one common thread emerged, a desire for growth, stability, and purpose in the year ahead.
My plans is to follow God, spiritually connect with God always, with the Holy Spirit, and like the Word of God said in the Habakkuk 2, write out your plans, make it plain, make it simple, trust God in everything.
Definitely stay on the right path with my health and fitness, get this weight off, my relationships with family, friends, closer walk with God, definitely. Avoid drama and trauma too.
And for some, while the calendar may change, growth should be a daily commitment.
We have to learn to be more control of each day of our life.
And as you embark on this new year, what's your plan? What's your focus this year?
A good health and strength, and more wisdom, more understanding of the Most High.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, such great goals. Thanks so much for that report, Delvado. If you want to see it again, it's available now at ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.